Hey, my name is Mike, and this is a too long didn't read guide for Mythic Mother in Uldir. If you don't know the fight on Heroic, I've linked my 2-minute guide in the description box. On Mythic, when you cross to a new section, there's a couple of new adds that may spawn. Resistant Bacterium does damage to a random target and buffs nearby adds. This buff stacks per every bacterium that is alive. Viral Contagion puts a 20-second dot called Endemic Virus on a random player. If it's on you, move out of the raid so it can be dispelled. When it expires or is dispelled, everyone within 10 yards will get an 8-second dot. You shouldn't need to deal with these mechanics that often because the adds should be kept stunned and should die quickly. The only other change on Mythic is that the side and ceiling beams that you need to avoid now happen at the same time. Strategically, there's two ways in which you can do this fight. The first is by doing it the same way you did in Heroic, where you slowly send people across to the other section. The second way requires every single personal defensive cooldown, all healing cooldowns, and soul stones to be used simultaneously. Using this strategy, after the first set of orange swirlies, have everyone pop their defensive and healing cooldowns that reset in 3 minutes or less. Healing circles should be placed so that they're half in the first section and half in the second. You have about 8 seconds to send 15 people over to the other side. Those 15 people need to be on the other side before the pushing wind begins. When you cross to the other section, make sure you're staying inside all of the healing circles. And if you're staying in the first section, make sure you're also standing inside the healing circles. If you can do this with no deaths or only a couple, you should use this strategy. Heal everyone up quickly and then kill all the adds that spawn. Of the 5 people remaining in the section with Mother, 2 of them should cross to the second section at about 70 energy. The final 3 should be crossing over no later than 95 energy. Try and make sure that you're never crossing over during or just before the pushing wind. In the second section, you want to bring Mother down as much as you can. All your defensive and healing cooldowns should be back up by the time you need to cross again. At about 80 to 85 energy in this section, orange swirlies will spawn. After these swirlies and before she casts Sanitizing Strike, the entire raid, all 20 people, need to cross over to the third section. Every single healing and defensive cooldown you have needs to be used here regardless of its cooldown. When you've crossed to the other side is also when you should be using a health stone. At this point, pop all your offensive cooldowns and kill her as quickly as you can. If you have movement speed increases such as a Druid's Roar, save them for when the furnace from the wind pushing is directly behind you because you had to avoid the beams on that side of the room. That was a too long didn't read guide for Mother on Mythic. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and consider following me on Twitter. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.